Hey everybody, today is Tuesday, December. Every time I get out of the van. Today is Tuesday, December 5th, 2023. And they're doing lawn work because I'm about to film somewhere. So we are here at the Woodlawn Cemetery in Gotha, Florida, if I'm saying that correctly, right outside Orlando. In fact, maybe like, I don't know, a half a mile in that direction is the giant cross I took you guys to yesterday at the Central Florida Christian Academy. So we're really close to there. So basically we're in Orlando, right outside Orlando, again in Gotha, if I'm saying that correctly, Florida, here at the Woodlawn Cemetery, which is a huge cemetery actually. I was looking up some Google Map imagery, and this cemetery goes on for a very, very long time. It goes way back in that direction and then kind of like branches off, and it's a gigantic cemetery, a beautiful looking cemetery. But the reason why we are here today is for something that I think you guys knew would eventually be coming, something that I had to eventually find in the area. The reason why we are here today is to find ourselves a labyrinth. Yes, of course, I had to find all the labyrinths in the area of which I will eventually be living in here in Florida. And I did find one about 20 or so minutes away from my house. So we're gonna take a look at that today. Again, beautiful cemetery, but very noisy cemetery with planes flying overhead and yard work being done. Look at this gazebo though. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, all right, so we're gonna find this this labyrinth, which I do believe is right, well, I see it, it's right over there. But I guess we'll just have to deal with the fact that they're doing yard work because they're literally mowing the labyrinth right now. There was once a time in my life when I used to wait for people to get done doing the lawn work and whatnot. I would literally sit in my car. Look at this. I would literally sit in my car for an hour or so. Why is there a check mark on that one right there? That's weird. Anyway, there's a check mark on one back there as well. Kind of weird. Is that how they mark off which like, what are these called, crypts, or which little section is going to be used next? Weird. A little check mark made out of painter's tape. Anyway, there used to be a time when I would sit in the car for like an hour or so and wait for the yard work to be done so I could start filming. Yeah, those days are over. I'm done with that. We're just gonna deal with noise. We're gonna deal with yard work. We're gonna deal with lawn mowing and weed whacking, because I'm not sitting in the car anymore for like an hour waiting for people to get done doing yard work. We're gonna film what we came out here to film. Look at this. Some really interesting graves out here. I'm sure we could probably find some pretty interesting graves out here. But anyway, all right, we're not here for the graves. We are here for the labyrinth. Very noisy, yard working labyrinth that's right here in front of us. Check that out. But also check that out. A depiction of, well, I was going to say the Last Supper, but it is the Last Supper, but also many other scenes from the life of Jesus Christ. Interesting. I swear, I'm not trying to go all religious on you guys, but the last couple of videos, we've been to some churches, we've been to the Christian Academy, and now we're checking out this really awesome mosaic, the Life of Christ Mosaic. Look at that. That is really, really beautiful. I mean, I came out here for a labyrinth, but kind of digging this a little bit more. The plaque on the wall says, "The Life of Christ Mosaic, dedicated on Good Friday, April 9th, 1993. The Life of Christ mural was painted by Venetian, Epler, and Daphne Huntington, renowned sister artists of Hollywood, California. The mosaic was created by Ferrari Bacci, if I'm saying that right, of that place, Italy, using 11 million pieces of Venetian glass, a place to come and study the life of Jesus Christ, our Savior." Wow, that is honestly pretty epic 11 million pieces of glass to create this really epic mural. Again, I came out here for the Labyrinth. That has now taken backseat to the Mosaic. I'm kind of losing my mind right now. This is beautiful. When I drove in, I thought this was just a painting. I did not realize this was a mosaic. Wow. Okay, that is pretty cool. I'm officially impressed. That is neat. But we are still going to take a look at the Labyrinth. We're still going to do the Labyrinth, but the entire time, I'm probably just going to be staring at the mosaic. All right, so again, the main reason why I originally came out here was to do the Labyrinth. This is a medieval style Labyrinth. Don't know how many circuits. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 11 circuits, if I'm using the term circuit correctly, an 11 circuits Labyrinth, I guess. This one is not huge. It's just it's a somewhat smaller, I'll say, Labyrinth. It's not the smallest Labyrinth we've done recently, but it looks like it has a lot of twists and turns, and the fact that it does have 11 circuits does mean this one will take a little bit longer to walk through. It's just painted concrete, but as you can see, the upkeep on the Labyrinth has not really been all that great. You can clearly see where you're supposed to walk. You can still see the lines, but it absolutely needs to be repainted. So you got this amazing mural in the background, and then this Labyrinth that has seen some better days, but at least you can see the lines. So, all right, let's get walking and see how long this one takes to do. Like I said, it's not doesn't take up a huge like floor space, doesn't take up a huge plot of land, but 11 circuits, it's going to take a little bit of time to wind our way through this. I know I've said this about a million times before, but one thing I love most about Labyrinths is the fact that it constantly looks like you're heading directly to the center, only to then get to a turn and start heading towards the outskirts. So again, we're only just starting, but you can kind of see it's sort of like in these like sections. But I think at some points we're going to kind of wrap around. It's so confusing to look at a Labyrinth because you're thinking, like I said, you're heading one direction, you're going one way, and you're thinking, okay, we're going to continue to kind of walk in this one direction. But as you can see, we're now leaving this section here, and we're heading over this way, and now back in towards the center of the Labyrinth. We started in the center, headed out of the center. Now we're heading back into the center, but now we're heading way over to like this side of the Labyrinth. Again, back kind of towards the center. And now somehow we've made it into like this part of the Labyrinth. So again, it's taking you just all around. And that's why I love walking labyrinths so much, because they are just so, again, they're calming, even with the sound of yard work going off in the distance, and the fact that you just sort of never know where they're going to take you. I'm getting all choked up walking this labyrinth. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm blown away by the mural. Maybe that's what's choking me up. That thing is beautiful. But again, I know we're here to see the labyrinth. It is an absolutely beautiful day today. It's maybe only in the like mid to high 60s, which is funny because back in Pennsylvania, mid to high 60s would actually feel a little cold. I'd probably have a jacket on right now, but due to the fact that we are in Florida and not Pennsylvania, mid to high 60s feels pretty good. There's a slight breeze blowing. It feels amazing. A little bit of humidity, but not much at all. And I guess the fact that the sun's ever so slightly closer to us, you can feel the heat from the sun a bit more. But it's kind of funny to just the difference between Pennsylvania and Florida, just those temperatures. Again, what would be somewhat chilly, what would require a jacket in Pennsylvania, here in Florida, nah, it feels perfect. Great day for coming out to a cemetery and walking a labyrinth. By the way, we're still walking. I just got to the outskirts. Well, one one section of the outskirts. Now we're heading back towards the middle. We haven't even done the outskirts of the labyrinth on that side yet. So this, yeah, this is taking a little while, which I appreciate. The longer a labyrinth takes to walk through, the happier I am. Now that I'm saying that, I wonder, what is the largest labyrinth in the world, and how long would it take you to walk through said labyrinth? I don't know, but I'm gonna have to visit that labyrinth, or at least visit whatever the largest in the United States is. That's a new life goal of mine. The largest labyrinth in the United States. I'm gonna walk that someday. Okay, we have made it to the outskirts of the other side of the labyrinth now, so I don't know how much further we have to go. In fact, for a second, I thought we were actually at the end, because I thought we were gonna head right into the center, but no, see, we still have more to go. You think you're almost done. You think you're heading towards the center, only to find out you got some more twists and some more turns, and you were nowhere near. Oh wait, hold. Did I go? Yeah, we actually have done it. We have found the center. So look at that. A little bit of a trick right there. You think you're heading towards the center. It turns you and you think, oh man, I got so much more wrapping around this labyrinth to go, only to find out that no, you just have one little loop, and then you've made it to the center of the labyrinth. Just in time for the leaf blowing. Okay, so again, we have made it to the center of the labyrinth. It kind of makes me wonder though, what used to be right there? There's a square that's been cut into the labyrinth, but not in the exact middle, kind of a little bit off to the side, which is kind of weird. You would think that if at one point there was something that used to sit in the center of the labyrinth, it would have been directly in the middle. It's not really hard to miss where you're cutting clearly, but I don't know. You guys have any idea what maybe used to be there? Leave your comments down below. Maybe that was where the Minotaur used to sit. But all right, so like I said, we've made it to the center of the labyrinth, but if my son has taught me anything, until you've done the labyrinth backwards, you've not done the labyrinth. He says that in order to finish the labyrinth, you have to go the way you came in. So we've got to walk the labyrinth one more time, but I'm okay with that because, again, this labyrinth is it's pretty awesome actually. It's rather large, takes you a little while to get through. As long as you come on a day where they're not doing yard work, it probably wouldn't be so terrible. Little noisy today as far as relaxing is concerned. I mean, it's still a relaxing labyrinth. Just like I said, a little noisy today, but at least the view again is quite impressive. I don't actually see any graves right here in front of the labyrinth and the amazing mural, but I do wonder if at some point maybe they will start putting graves in here, because I'm thinking that I can't possibly think of a better place in Florida to be buried. Could you imagine being buried right here, right in front of the labyrinth and right in front of this amazing mural? Your ghost could get up at night, walk the labyrinth, just constantly stare at all the different depictions of the life and times of Jesus Christ. I could think of worse things. That would be pretty amazing. I wouldn't mind a burial plot right here. I mean, yes, I already have a burial plot in Pennsylvania, but if that were to ever change and I wanted one in Florida, if they could let me be buried like right there, I'd be okay with that. I feel like somehow it's taking me longer to walk out of the labyrinth than it did to walk to the center of the labyrinth. Although then again, maybe I'm just completely lost and don't know where I'm going. I know, how do you get lost in a flat labyrinth? I could just walk out of the labyrinth anytime I want, but even though there is no wrong way, there's no right way or wrong way to do a labyrinth, I still feel like that would be cheating. So how do I get lost? Because I just walk in twisty, turny circles and have no idea where exactly I am. Okay, I'm I'm on the outskirts once again of the Labyrinth, so maybe I'm about halfway through, maybe a little bit more than halfway through. I mean, I just walked the thing. You'd think I'd remember, but I clearly do not. Again, things to get used to in Florida as opposed to Pennsylvania. That sun actually is quite warm right now. It's making me sweat a little bit. Again, it's only like 60 something degrees out right now. In theory, my brain is telling me 60 something degrees. You should be cold. You should have a hoodie and a jacket on right now. But the reality of Florida is no, 60 something degrees is quite warm due to the sun beating down on you. So, all right, we've made it. I don't even know where I am right now in the Labyrinth. Like I said, I thought I was maybe halfway done, but what? All right, at this point, we're heading back over to this part of the Labyrinth. I have no idea where we are. Okay, all right, so I think now we've officially found our way out of the Labyrinth. Again, this one tricks you. A couple more twists, a couple more turns, and then finally, you find your way out of the Labyrinth. This was a good one. This is actually, again, doesn't take up a lot of ground space, but there are a lot of twists, a lot of turns, takes you all up and around throughout the Labyrinth. This one here takes a little while to walk through. This was a good Labyrinth. Could use a new repainting, definitely needs some upkeep, but at least you can find your way through it. And again, you've got this amazing mural to look at while you're walking through it. I just maybe recommend trying to figure out when they do yard work and then coming out here on any other day than that. Thankfully, the yard work seems to have come to an end, and now that it has, it's quite peaceful out here. I'm now just continuing to stand here and just admire the beauty of the mural. And of course, the beauty of the Labyrinth as well. But let's face it, the mural has stolen the show today. I would have came out here just to see this alone. Again, I had no idea this was here. It was a bonus, and a very, very awesome bonus at that. But all right, I'm thinking maybe I want to walk the Labyrinth one more time. I mean, I am here, right? Will I ever come back out here? Maybe. But I'm thinking since I am here, I should probably walk it one more time. And I'm going to take this as a sign. I just found a penny. And yes, I know the rules are heads down, bad luck. Heads up, good luck. But I live by the rules of Greece. And the Greece rules are see a penny, pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck. So I'm picking this penny up. Normally in a cemetery, I would leave a penny on somebody's grave, but I don't know which grave to leave it on. There are lots out here, and I'm sure everybody out here is worthy of having a penny left on their grave. So I'm going to take this as a sign that I need to walk the Labyrinth one more time, and then I'm going to say I'll leave the penny on the center of the Labyrinth to pay respect to everybody out here in the cemetery, right? Or maybe I'm just using this as my excuse to, you know what, I don't need an excuse. I'm walking the Labyrinth one more time. All right, so once again, I've made it to the center of the Labyrinth, and I think I now figured out what that little hole in the almost center is for. It's for the purposes of leaving a penny, right? There we go, look at that. Penny has been left in the hole. I don't think that's going anywhere. I kind of pushed it down into the sandy soil. That's probably there forever. If I ever do come back out here, I'll have to see if the penny still remains. So there you go. Paying my respects to everybody buried here in this beautiful, and again, very large cemetery with a fantastic labyrinth and the most beautiful mosaic I've ever seen in my entire life. But all right, again, living by the rules of my son, and I can't just walk out of the labyrinth. I've got to walk the full length of it for the fourth time. And we have once again finished the labyrinth. Pretty awesome. I'm happy I decided to come out here. Again, we all knew it was only a matter of time until I started looking up labyrinths in the Orlando-ish area, and I guarantee you there are probably more in the area, but this was the closest one, so figured we would do this one. Again, though, I'm just blown away by the mosaic mural here. This thing is pretty epic. But all right, guys, I'm thinking that's pretty much going to do it for today. I also have no idea when this labyrinth was installed. It did not say online. Couldn't really find any information on the installation of the labyrinth. So if you guys know, leave your comments down below. And if you've been out here to walk this labyrinth, also leave your comments down below. Or maybe you've come out here specifically to see the coolest mural mosaic ever. Again, had I known this was here, I would have come out here just to see this alone. Labyrinth or no labyrinth, this right here is worth coming out here. If you're not a fan of labyrinths, that's fine. I get it, but you should come out here to see this if you're a fan of art. So yeah, I think that is going to do it for today's video. But I'm officially very happy I came out here, even though I got to stare at a baby's butt. Yeah, there's a naked baby on this this mosaic. Although I feel like before we leave, I should just, I don't know, show off the mosaic a little bit more. I still feel like I really need to study the Bible just ever so slightly more, because I don't really know what all these scenes depict. I mean, obviously there's the birth of Jesus with the wise men and the spirit there above him. And then I guess this is just when Jesus is doing his preaching and his teaching. But what's the scene there of the old man in the water? Jesus is walking on the water to save him. I'm not entirely sure. There he is on a donkey. I feel like I know that story, but I can't think of what it is. And of course, there's the classic Last Supper scene. And then there's him praying. I guess that maybe that's him being deceived. I'm not sure. And I'm guessing, get more airplanes. That's where he's on his trial. There he is, walking with the crown of thorns and carrying his cross to the field where he eventually would be crucified. There's him being buried in his tomb and then rising from his tomb right there. I know, I need to study my Bible some more, right? So I know all these stories. If I'm gonna keep coming out to churches and religious places, which I did not do this on purpose. I did not mean to do a bunch of videos in a row that just happened to center around churches or religious things. It just kind of worked out that way, but I will continue in the future to see churches and other religious things because I love this kind of stuff. It's awesome, but I feel like if I'm gonna do this, I probably should catch up on my story reading, because I really need to know what like every single one of these scenes depicts. But I'm sure many of you know, so leave your comments down below. All right, guys, but with that, I do think we are officially done here at the Woodlawn Cemetery in Gotha, if I'm saying that correctly, Florida, right outside of Orlando. This is definitely a place to come out to. If you love cemeteries, if you like walking cemeteries, the lady who's pulling away right now, she actually came over to me and was talking to me and said that for years she's been coming out here walking this labyrinth, just walking the cemetery in general, because it is such a large, expansive cemetery. So if you like visiting cemeteries and graveyards and just walking around them, this is a great one to come out to because it is so large. But also, if you're a fan of labyrinths, they've got a pretty good one here. And if you're a fan of art, they have one of the most impressive mosaics I have ever seen in my entire life. But again, guys, that is going to do it for this video on this amazing, beautiful, sunny and then kind of cloudy, a little windy, not too bad, 60 something. I don't need a jacket weather. I'm digging this. But all right, guys, again, that is going to do it. So again, if you've ever been out here, leave your comments down below. I want to hear from you guys. If you've walked this labyrinth, if you've seen this mosaic, leave those comments. But all right, again, with that, we are done. So as always, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check down below for links to Patreon. If you guys do become a patron, I will send you a postcard every single month from the road Also check down below for a link to Spreadshirt where you can grab yourself retro rest stop t-shirts. Proceeds, both from Spreadshirt and from Patreon, do help support the show. And they do keep the show going, so I really do appreciate the support. And if you guys watch this video all the way until the very end, I don't know, what should today's hashtag be? Let's make today's hashtag mural over Labyrinth. There you go. Hashtag mural over Labyrinth, because let's face it, I think the mural, the mosaic, ever so slightly overshadows the Labyrinth. It's fantastic. It's a great Labyrinth, but I mean, this is what I can't stop looking at. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it. So like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you do hit the subscribe button or you are subscribed, then I will see you guys in the next video. All right, have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.